Almond milk is devoid of protein. This is important to note because it is supposed to be a substitute for cow's milk, which is a much richer source of protein. For comparison, cow's milk provides about 8 grams of protein per 1 cup serving. On the other hand, almond milk from popular brands like Blue Diamond, Silk, and Khalifa Farms have less than 1 gram of protein per cup. As a protein source, almond milk really is a poor substitute for cow's milk. So, why does this matter? Well, the lower protein content of almond milk may make it less satiating or satisfying than cow's milk. This is because when we consume protein, it triggers a response that signals our brain to let it know that we have had enough to eat. This response includes an uptick in the secretion of satiety hormones such as gastric inhibitory polypeptide or GIP, glucagon-like peptide 1 or GLP-1, cholecystokinin or CCK, and peptide tyrosine or PYY. It also includes a reduction in hormones that promote hunger, such as ghrelin. Protein also has a higher thermic effect compared to other macronutrients, meaning that it takes our bodies more energy to break it down. And yet another benefit of protein is that it can help to improve the balance of glucose levels throughout the day. So, why does it matter that almond milk may lead to less satiation? Well, when we do not feel satiated, we are more likely to consume more calories than our bodies actually need, and this can result in unwanted weight gain and its associated cardiometabolic problems. The low protein content of almond milk may also not be ideal for growing children. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that from 12 months to 24 months, children consume 2 to 3 cups of whole milk per day, while children ages 2 to 5 years are recommended to have the same quantity of milk per day, but in the skim or low-fat variety. Considering that toddlers need around 13 grams of protein per day, drinking milk can represent a pretty significant portion of their daily protein intake. Topic 2. It is low in fat. 1 cup of almond milk has just 3 grams of fat, while a handful of almonds, that's about 23 almonds, has about 14 grams of fat. Now you might be thinking that less fat is a good thing, but in actuality, it's not. This is because the type of fat that almonds are rich in, monounsaturated fat, is actually really good for you. This type of fat has been associated with protecting against heart disease, cognitive decline, and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Fat, like protein, also promotes satiation, so this lower fat content could, in theory, lead to you feeling less satisfied after your meal and send you running back to the fridge for more food. The low protein and fat content of almond milk is due in part to the fact that almond milk is really just 2% almonds. Now, this is not a dig to almond milk producers because pretty much any type of milk that you can find, including cow's milk, contains about 90% water. Nevertheless, it is important to understand that this small amount of almonds means that you are getting a much smaller dose of nutrition from a cup of almond milk than you would get from a handful of almonds. Take a look at this chart. I'm using Blue Diamond almond milk as a reference since this brand seems to be the most popular among almond milk drinkers. As you can see, a single serving of almonds provides much more fiber, protein, monounsaturated fat, and consequently calories than a single serving of almond milk. You would need to drink 6 cups of almond milk just to get the same amount of protein that you would get from a handful of almonds. One positive thing to note though is that many brands of almond milk, including Blue Diamond, do fortify their products with calcium, vitamin D, and other nutrients, so there is some benefit. Topic 3. Its impact on the environment is questionable. To start off, 80% of almonds grown in the world are grown in California. This is partly due to the fact that the California Central Valley provides an ideal growing environment for almonds because of its Mediterranean weather. But there are some potential drawbacks to this. According to an article published in August 2021 on NPR.org, climate change may be exacerbating California's already prevalent droughts and creating a situation where Californians will one day need to choose between no longer supplying the majority of the world's almonds or learning to live with a lot less water. Farmers are already resorting to deficit irrigation, giving their orchards less water than they need to thrive, and in some cases abandoning altogether the farmland that they spent years cultivating. Lake Shasta, the largest reservoir in California and one of the main sources of water for the Central Valley, is below 50% capacity based on historical records, and there are no clear signs of things getting better.
But are almonds really contributing to this problem? Well, it depends on who you ask.
The California Water Impact Network, or CWIN, takes the position that almonds, which are estimated to account for 10% of the entire state's yearly agricultural water use, may not be worth growing in current numbers. For one, almonds and other nuts require large amounts of water year-round and cannot be fallowed or basically put on hold during dry seasons. Otherwise, the plants will die. Even during droughts in California, nut growers have not been shy about pushing to ensure that they will still get the water that they need to make big profits. According to the board director of CWIN, Tom Stokely, if we're conserving in the cities so that they can grow more almonds, it's simply not fair because it's not benefiting the majority of Californians. The Almond Board argues that these claims are exaggerated, as almonds use almost the same amount of water as other crops. Furthermore, their research suggests that farmers have successfully reduced the amount of water needed to grow almonds by 33% since 1994, and they're continuing to invest in more efficient irrigation techniques. A 2018 research article in Ecological Indicators provides evidence that almonds have a water footprint of about 12 liters or a little over 3 gallons per kernel. Imagine that, 3 gallons of water just for one almond. The authors point out that this increase from previous estimates may be associated with increasing temperatures, drought, and the ever-expanding acreage of almond orchards. They concluded that almonds are indeed a water-intensive crop, but this extra water use is balanced out by its high nutritional value and economic significance. Many farmers are moving away from less profitable crops towards almonds in order to make more money, and who can blame them? From a nutritional standpoint, though, almonds really are great for health. But there are other nutrient-dense foods like spinach and raspberries which use less than half the amount of water that almonds and other nuts do. Given the unique nutritional profile of nuts, however, is it still worthwhile to keep producing more and more of them? Perhaps. And then there's also the question of, is this an almond issue or a climate change issue that goes way beyond almond production? What do you think?
Alright, so that is it for this video. As always, I have left links to all the research articles, websites, and other resources that I use to put this video together in the description box. And if you want to follow me on social media, my links to Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, and TikTok are all in the description box as well. Take care and thanks for watching.